Hey everybody, it is Susan and I just wanted to talk a little bit today about kettlebell swing. Now I know I've done a few other videos about the kettlebell swing, but today I really wanted to talk about two mistakes that people make when they do a kettlebell swing. And I want to show you how to do a great kettlebell swing. So one thing I wanted to say about it was that kettlebell swings are great not just for strength, but also for athletes who are looking to both get stronger and improve their endurance. Because if you've ever swung a pretty heavy kettlebell for any amount of time, you'll notice that you get pretty out of breath. It can be quite a cardio workout. So I've got a kettlebell here with me today, and I'll talk a little bit about how the proper mechanics of a swing, and then also what you can do with kettlebell swings in order to set up a workout. Okay, so first things first, we'll talk about a hip hinge. And the hip hinge is the basis for the kettlebell swing. It's also the basis for your deadlift. And the good hip hinge looks pretty much nothing like a squat. And that's the first mistake that people make when they kettlebell swing, is they think that it is a squat, where instead it is actually you are hinging at your hips. So if you'll see here, when I push my butt back, I'm hinging at my hips. Right? I have a slight bend in the knee. If you've ever done straight leg deadlifts, you'll notice that you keep your legs a little bit straighter. But I'm hinging at the knee. I've got a flat back. If I put something on my back between my tailbone, in between my shoulder blades and my head, I should be able to touch all 3 points of contact. My chest is up, and that's how my back stays flat. So you can practice that hip hinge. The way that I do it without any equipment is to think about having a wall behind you and stepping about 1 foot length off the wall, touching my butt back to the wall. So I do wall butt touches. And that's how I warm up my hip hinge. Feet are about hip width distance apart. When you swing, an easy way to do that is to put your fists with your thumbs together and put them right at your knees. That's about how far apart your feet should be. Okay? So I've got that hip hinge going. Right? And it's different than a swing. I can mimic the idea of a swing, and I'll turn sideways for you, by doing that the wall butt touch and swinging. Swinging right up to shoulder height. Okay? Sometimes you'll see an American swing where you swing above your head. I don't really recommend it, but you can certainly try it if you have an instructor who shows it to you correctly. So you're going to grab the kettlebell, and the first thing I'm going to do when I grab the kettlebell is I'm going to twist my elbows back towards my knees, or back towards my body, and keep my armpits tight, right? I'm going to start pulling the kettlebell back towards me, and I'm going to hike it behind me like a football. So first thing I do, hike, snap forward. And it's a snap with my hips that brings the bell up. If you can see, it kind of, I'm going to move back a little bit, floats at the top. I can really let go because the snap comes from my hips. It doesn't come from my arms pulling the weight up. So if you saw my kettlebell swing right there, you can see how it's more of a hip hinge than it is like a squat. I'm not squatting down. Okay? Other thing is I'm keeping my armpits tight as I grip the bell. And I'm snapping my hips forward so that I have a little bit of float right at the top. If you don't have a little bit of float and you feel like you're using your arms, you may be using too heavy of a kettlebell. If it feels really easy, like you've done 10 swings and you don't start to get out of breath, then maybe it's too light of a kettlebell. So those are some of my tips on how to swing. We'll go through it one more time. Feet, right? Thumb to thumb, fists right at the knee. Turn sideways. Grab the bell, tighten my armpits, okay, sit back, hike it back, snap it forward. Chest stays up, okay. Where does the bell go? It goes right here, right in between my thighs, right? Like I'm sticking my hands right in my, super cold, and I'm sticking my hands right in between my two legs, okay. Keep it high, otherwise you're going to use too much of your low back. Couple things you can do with kettlebell for a workout. You can do every minute on the minute. So that would be, you do a certain amount of swings starting at the top of a minute, and then however long that takes you, you can certainly do that. That's a great idea. I just did that workout today. So you could say, okay, I'm gonna do 20 kettlebell swings. It might take you 30 seconds, it might take you 40 seconds, and then you get to rest for the rest of the minute until the top of the minute comes again. Or you could do 10 swings and 10 sit-ups. And however long that takes you is, and then you get to rest the rest of the minute. So if you do every minute on the minute as a workout, you'll want to do about 30 to 40 seconds worth of work, and then you get about 20 or 30 seconds worth of rest. Okay? The longer your every minute on the minute workout goes, probably the more rest you want. So I just did a 16-minute every minute on the minute, and it took me about 35 seconds to do the work, and it got very hard during those last 6 minutes. So, and the one that I did today was just swings and then skier jumps side to side. You can use any of the Tabata exercises with a kettlebell swing. But a kettlebell swing, like I said, is going to make you strong, and it's going to burn fat because you're working on strength, but you're also getting your cardio. So something to think about. Post up your questions in the thread below if you have any. All right, talk to you soon.